very atmospheric today. The kind of atmospheric scene that befits a Halloween themed video. This is the top path in Clipstone Quarter. I'm quite close to the centre tree, which is about 20-30 yards behind the camera. I'm not one for believing in ghouls and demons and ghosts and all that, but I must admit I have felt uneasy about walking along here when it's dark and you're on your own. The mind, if you let it, can play tricks on you. You can see and hear things which really aren't there, or they can at least be accounted for. However, there was one time when I was about 250 yards down there. I was writing down and recording a glowworm, and I heard footsteps, quite distant, but when it's as still as this on a night time, the sound carries in the day. And I was stood off the path here by one of the trees, one of these sweet chestnuts and red oaks, and I heard the footsteps getting nearer. I wasn't frightened like those wood pigeons, but I was unnerved because there was no light, just the footsteps. The footsteps walked past me, and I didn't hear anybody breathing or making a noise, just the footsteps, and they disappeared. But I wasn't more than a few yards away when they went past. The mind does play an awful lot of tricks. But there was one time against the centre tree, more or less underneath it. And I was with Dillis then. We were just about to start and go down the grass strip. There was about 20 yards or so between us at the time. It was quiet. And I heard something. I didn't say anything to Dillis immediately, and we started our walk down. It was quite an unearthly sound. We walked, and after about a minute I said to Dillis, I said, "Did you hear something when we were up there?" She said, "Yeah, I did." And she was clearly unnerved by it, as was I, by the confirmation that I hadn't heard something. I said, "What did you hear?" She said, "It was like a laugh." I said, "Was it like, oh?" She says, "Yeah." To this day, I've no idea what it was, but it was completely definite, easily audible, and quite spine-tingling. We walked quite quickly through section D, but whatever it was, I don't know. But Sherwood Forest does have its ghosts. That's a cyclist up there. It's not a ghost. Apparently it's an Edwardian couple that have been seen over the years wandering around the forest. We never saw them. But you get things like that. Tales and associations with anywhere that has the history of Sherwood Forest. But ever since, every other time I ever came along this track and go round the back of the centre tree after dark, I always think of those times. It may be frightening, but it makes you feel alive to be frightened. It brings and heightens the senses, which isn't always a good thing when you're up somewhere like this on your own.